You have the President of the United States who appears to speak to the country about some difficult problem, right? If the president is truthful and he's not worried about getting reelected or his poll numbers or all this other garbage, the whole country will kiss him and love him and appreciate his service for the country. And they'll be behind him. And that you see that every day.
I will say this though, in political, in a realistic sense though, even if the president operates like that, there's always going to be people who disagree with the vision. And therefore, they may feel like they're being told the truth too. They might still think he's lying. They might still...
It's true, and we see that
more
a lot.
or less. I agree with what you're saying, but it doesn't work like that 100%.
Well, you're absolutely right, and I agree with what you just said, and we see that every day these days, with whatever. But I think that part of being a good president in that situation is truly understanding your people, understanding your constituency, your countrymen, and I think that the presidents that would be, again, you may not be able to get everyone, but you will get the large majority to understand. And the reason, the way you go, for example, today, forget your politics, but you see that today we have this pressure in our country where if one side says something, the other side is always criticizing and back and forth, there's no trust.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah.
And the truth, it's like fake news, stuff like this. That's all because the truth has gotten lost in the spin world of different things. But the smart politician would say, this is a sign of an illness where the cure for the illness is the truth.
So any person who operates with trust and truth in that sense, on a micro sense, helps bring that up, helps elicit that in the people that they're interacting with. For someone to say that they trust you, did she say completely or more than anybody? Something like that.
To be honest, I don't know the exact. This is actually, you just reminded me. So as I was walking out of the room, she said, I don't know how this is all going to go, but I want you to know that I love you. And I almost didn't know what to do then. That's the power of the truth. You see, people put their lives, they don't even care what it may happen, because we're human, we're not gods.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that the beauty of that is that trust that you put in your surgeon goes a long way to make you feel better after the surgery, goes a long way to make your surgeon do his damnedest to make you better, and goes a long way to getting the absolute result that you're all looking for. Again, all coming from sharing the truth. If you're in an army and you're going to go face the incredible odds the next day, the thing that's going to make you win that battle is facing the fact that you may die tomorrow. But if you're like, it's going to be okay, you're going to lose the battle. You see?
Yeah, and if there's a general that's giving you a false sense of comfort, you obviously know that there's something up, you lose the trust in the general, and so forth.
Humans. Yeah. Humans are like this. And I think, America has been so successful over the years, has done some amazing things. The great generations that have come before us who have sacrificed for this country, millions dying, hundreds of thousands dying in World War II, and so much sacrifice for this country, right? The thing that let them do that was the truth. It wasn't that people were telling them some stories. They were telling them, hey, we may lose this war. We need you to see the truth, you see? And I think that at times that we have not been truthful, using Vietnam as an example and other things like that, when we thought that we would tell people what they want to hear, erroneous, but yet we didn't do well. And so it's an amazing thing. How can it be that the secret of life is the truth? But it is. And the reason it's that way is that humans, our minds, need that. It is in our DNA. This is not something that somebody conjures up. And if you just basically go to the basics of what makes you and me humans, there are certain things that you can't change, Jay. No matter what you want to do, you can't do it because it's you and it's me. And if you face that, you'll be fine. If you spend your life trying to come up with reasons why it's not so, you totally miss the chance to live your life. And so many wasted lives are because of that.
It's interesting, the word trust and truth probably come from the same stem, I suppose. It's T-R-U and then S-T or G-H
Sure.
for one. One of the great songs by Metallica is Nothing Else Matters. And this was a song that the guy wrote for his girlfriend, and he wasn't intending on making it a commercial song. So it was made a commercial song. It is easily one of their best. And the great line from that one is, "Trust I seek, and I find in you." And another fictional example, in The Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars movie, Darth Vader has Luke in a corner, and he says, "Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father." Luke says, "He told me enough. He told me you killed him." He says, "No, I am your father." Luke says, "No, that's not true. That's impossible." Vader says, "Search your feelings. You know it to be true." Then Luke shouts, "No." Luke didn't doubt him for a second. The second that he said it, he knew it was true and he was just denying it. And the reason Vader could say it that way was because it was true. And that resonated with Luke. And then, of course, his mind had to rewrite his own story and deny it. But, yeah.
No, I agree. Yeah, it's an amazing thing. It's how you can boil everything down to some specific and very simple components. And as they say, simplicity is elegance. Mm-hmm. And that's the elegance of our lives. We complicate it.
Yeah.
Emotions and this
and
that.
Too much thinking, too. Too much thinking about I need X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
The Joneses have X, Y, Z, A, B, C, and D.
Yes.
When you may not need any of that.